All right, we are going to do our reading lesson for today. So just like my math video, if you've already watched that, Liam is with me. So if you hear Liam, that is why. So I'm going to show you exactly how you are going to get to your reading assignment. I'm doing it on a different website to see if that might be easier than the Pear Deck for you to see. So when you go to your reading pathway, you're going to see watch this. Now you can create a Venn diagram using these passages. You're going to go to this link right here. So you're going to go here. It will pull it up just like this, and you'll have to put your name in. So I am Miss Baker. So I'm going to put Miss Baker in, and I'm going to go. Now, it'll bring you to two passages, because remember, we're comparing two passages and then a Venn diagram. So you should see 3 slides like this. Now, as a student on Class Kick, your tools are going to be that you can draw with a pen, you can highlight with a highlighter, you can erase, you can add text, you can draw lines. So this is going to be helpful when you answer your passages and make your diagram. So what I'm going to do is I am going to read this first passage. So the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is an area in the western portion of the North Atlantic Ocean. This area spans anywhere from 1,300,000 to 3,900,000 square kilometers. Numerous aircraft and boats have mysteriously disappeared here. The Miami Herald first reported unusual disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle area on September 17, 1950. 2 years later, Fate magazine published another article that covered the disappearance of a few planes and ships. The disappearance of Flight 19 was first attributed to possible extraterrestrial activity in a 1962 issue of American Legion magazine. In his science fiction film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Steven Spielberg blamed the disappearance of the Flight 19 crew on UFOs. Authors and filmmakers have also credited the mystery to paranormal activities. Hurricanes have been thought to cause numerous incidents involving Bermuda Triangle disappearances. The Pride of Baltimore ship sank on May 14, 1986. The crew reported that the wind suddenly shifted and increased. Something similar occurred to the Concordia ship in 2010. Meteorologists recently observed hexagon-shaped clouds forming in the area. These clouds create microbursts that can reach up to 170 miles per hour. This creates a hurricane-like force that could be capable of sinking ships and crashing planes. The Bermuda Triangle remains a mystery. People continue to speculate about the disappearances surrounding the puzzling area. So, there's a picture right here. It's telling me here is one of the Bermuda Triangle mysteries. Schooner Carol A. Deering, as seen from the Cape Lookout light vessel on January 29, 1921, just a couple days before she was found deserted in North Carolina. Okay, so that was the picture. So there's the first one, giving me some information about the Bermuda Triangle. Now this week you're comparing and contrasting. So there's obviously going to be things that are the same in both passages and things that are different. So let's look at this Bermuda Triangle. Critics argue that there isn't any mystery associated with the Bermuda Triangle. It is one of the most heavily traveled shipping routes in the world. Ships regularly cross through the Bermuda Triangle as they travel to ports in the Americas, Europe, and the Caribbean islands. Cruise ships sail through the area and aircraft regularly fly over. Those who attribute mysterious disappearances to paranormal activity are refuted. Lawrence David Cush wrote The Bermuda Triangle Mystery, solved in 1975. In his book, Cush argued that the claims of the Bermuda Triangle mysteries were exaggerated and unverified. Through research, Cush found many inconsistencies in accounts and statements. He also found that many of the reported incidents happened outside of the area of the Bermuda Triangle. He concluded that the number of ships and aircraft missing in the area was not much greater than any other portion of the ocean. People have perpetuated the myths surrounding the Bermuda Triangle because mysterious stories are popular and profitable. It is much more interesting to speculate about the supernatural and unexplained than to read the facts and evidence surrounding these events. The truth is simple. There is no mystery surrounding the fictional Bermuda Triangle. Now, this picture shows us Puerto Diablo, Vieques, Puerto Rico, southern end of the Bermuda Triangle. So that's just a beach there. Now, you're going to be able to scroll through these passages as you do page 3. So on page 3, it's going to help you to use the text tool. So remember, that's this T up here. So remember, your passages will be different. But my first passage was called The Mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. So I'm going to type Mystery of Bermuda Triangle. My second passage was called Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved. Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved. So there's those. You're going to put both of your titles up here just like this. You will have 2 passages. You will need to put the titles. Now, things that we know about this story go here. Things that we know about this story go here. And remember, if the story there's something in there that's the same, it goes in the middle of this Venn diagram. So I remember in passage 1 and passage 2, it kind of talked about what the Bermuda Triangle was. So it talked about the Bermuda Triangle as a area, western, and then in this one, talks about how it's one of the most heavily traveled shipping routes, and cruise ships sail and aircraft regularly fly over. So I know that in this one it said numerous aircraft and boats have disappeared here. So that's different, but they're both telling us that ships, it doesn't have to be cruise, ships and aircrafts fly or travel through the Bermuda Triangle. Now, the first passage, if you remember, talked about the mystery of it and people disappearing in it. So, I'm going to go back to my Venn diagram and I'm going to put how disappearances have been told about in the Bermuda Triangle. If you remember your passage, if you remember me reading that passage, there were a lot of different newspaper articles and different things that said there were disappearances. I'm also going to put that hurricanes have been thought to cause numerous incidents. So in this story, it told us how hurricanes have caused incidents. And then I'm also going to put, because it just talks about it the whole time, how the Bermuda Triangle is a mystery. That's what that was all about. Now, going to my second passage, Mystery Solved. These people do not think that there is anything mysterious with the Bermuda Triangle. So, I'm going to go back to my Venn diagram. This passage says there is no mystery with the Bermuda Triangle. So that's a huge difference in these stories. One is saying that it's mysterious and people disappear. The other one is not. Also, I am going to say this right here. I see, through research, Kush found many inconsistencies in accounts and statements. So when I go back to my Venn diagram, I'm going to put how researchers have found Accounts of disappearances inconsistent. Because remember over here we said that this story told us about disappearances. This one is saying that, hey, if I research, it's not really true. And then the last thing I'm going to put is the truth is simple. There is no mystery surrounding the fictional Bermuda Triangle. So this story, obviously, a very big difference than this story. Bermuda Triangle has no mystery. So those are two really big differences. So in your assignment, you're going to do the exact same thing I did. So both ships and aircrafts travel through the Bermuda Triangle, and both of these stories are about the Bermuda Triangle. And if there are mysteries. Okay, so when you do your assignment, you need to have 3 facts about your first story, 3 facts about your second story, and 2 facts that are in both of the story. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know.